So I want to talk to you about two amazing trades that appeared today on gold. Gold's been very hard to trade recently. Obviously, trying to catch buys. The order blocks which were producing sales have not been very good at the moment. We needed this massive momentum of a push down. This for me, I think, is going to create a lot of buys again, which is nice to see. So let's just talk to you about some trades that we took today. Let's just start with. Let's start with what I have been looking at and where I think the market's going to go. Other people might disagree, but this is my opinion on the market right now. So currently at the moment, we are just filling this 4-hour imbalance. As you can see here, we've got a nice 4-hour trend line. We broke through, rejected off. I missed this trade. I was going to take this trade, but I just missed this. I was a little bit annoyed about that one, to be honest. So I think the trade would have been that entry right there. So the trade, yeah. Let's just talk about it. So this one was yesterday. So obviously we have broken through. We've come back. We've retested this 4-hour line. It's come back up. It's retested again. So we broke through, retest, and then so this would have been the entry right here, which was this little candle right here. And that's what I look for, is a rejection of a wick, and as you can see, this was the imbalance that I would have been looking for. So if I was to set this up, it probably would have looked something like maybe like this actually. And have we gone there? No. In fact, let's have a good look at this, because it was actually a decent trade. It brought in almost 35%, this trade. So let's have a look. I think it was around there. So I've just got to figure out the entry on this one again, guys. Sorry. This was an absolute monster. Actually, it was down here. So this was the rejection wick that I was talking about, was all of this area here. And I think so did I cover that area there? Or did I go for this? I can't remember exactly which one it was. I think we had that rejection there. Yeah, so it was this imbalance here. That's right. So it would have been something like this. Anyway, it would have worked out to be about 35% in the end. But missed that one. Doesn't matter. On to the next. So we're going to delete that. Again, so this is what I was eyeing up today. Marked up these equal lows this morning. So I knew this obviously was going to be a target that I was looking for today. And as the day went on, I could produce this trend line right here. So this was my first trend line that I made. And then obviously I could manage to get these equal lows again here as well. And as the chart carried on pushing up, so we formed some equal highs at this point, which then gave me a trend line to push down. So I knew that there was a trade here. I actually went to take this trade, but I just missed this one, which was going off this trend line here. So again, I think it was covering this imbalance like this. This was bringing in about 10%, something like that. Anyway, it was around that. But yeah, so I missed that one. Literally just missed the entry on that one. So something like this, I will just market execute and then cover where I need to cover. So again, we come back up to this was obviously the high at the point, and it's come down as rejected off that high. Again, we've come down as we've rejected again. So this for me is a clear sign that we are about to change direction. We've come down, we've bounced off of these equal highs here, we've come back up, we've broken, we've come back down below at this point. So we're bouncing and bouncing and bouncing over this trend line. We've broken down through, we've come back up, we've retested. Now that was an entry. Okay, and we've come down, but obviously we almost retested these where these equal highs were again, but we've pushed all the way down through, come back down to this area here, and again it's pushed up, bounce off this trend line here, which I will keep these trend lines and all these equal highs on quite a lot. Sometimes they're on for about a month, and I'll get the perfect sniper entry still. But yeah, anyway, so we've broken above, and then obviously we're playing around on these equal lows right here. For me, this was showing another area of a potential either reversal or a continuation. Now, this is actually where it got a bit crazy. And I said to the guys in the group, obviously, I think quite a few people were in a sell at this point, which I think was from about this area here, this order block here, potentially. Let's just have a quick look. This is obviously using the gas strategy. I still use this gas strategy. That's it. So it was this order block right here. Love the gas strategy. But yeah, obviously it's just one of those things at the moment. Sells were not working while it was just so bullish, and obviously we were just doing okay. But yeah, we needed this massive movement. We needed it. We've missed 2 NFPs over the last 2 months. Because obviously the government or something is all shut down right now, so it hasn't helped the market in the slightest. So yeah, this is obviously the order block that everyone was trading from. This was probably their entry. They probably would have covered, I don't know, somewhere up here. But anyway, that's not to do with my trade. So we're breaking up and down, up and down, up and down, and then I could see this area right here where the candles had literally just started moving sideways and sideways and sideways. And I said to everyone in the community, look, we're about to have a breakout right now, and I think it's going to drop. This would have been my original TP, which was 4180. Let's just move this here, which was 3.5%. In the end, this did drop to about 11% in the end. So again, absolute banger of a trade. And today, so that's brought in 20% on trading today. You can't earn that anywhere else. So, $50,000 account, $10,000. $100,000 account, $20,000. $200,000 account, well, you know what it is, $40,000. So that's not bad for a day's work, but you have to be patient, you have to sit on your hands, and this is when it pays off. So potentially, that could have been 3 trades today. This one up, this one down, and waited, and then caught this one down. So, we're talking up to 30% on the trade today, which is unreal. So 30R, should we say. Anyway, just wanted to talk to you about the trade and how I make up my points of interest. So right, catch you later.